Lord Boys Nights. So,
Welcome back to Lounge de Pedro.
Yeah, welcome to Pedro's Lounge.
You are forbidden from listening to episodes of Lord Boys Nights with pants on.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody, lounge.
Everybody at home, take your pants off.
Silk house coat.
If you're wearing pajama pants, that's fine. Sweatpants, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you're never nude, wrap yourself in a blanket or something.
Whatever.
You know what? Get comfortable.
Yeah.
As long as comfort doesn't involve jeans, khakis, dress pants, etc., etc., etc.
I'm wearing my embroidered silk house coat right now,
Yeah.
and just to give you an image of like the cutoff point of the appropriate robe length that you should have right now, it's the cutoff point should be somewhere below warm loose balls,
okay,
but still way above the knee.
Way above the knee, yeah.
Like the amount of clearance between the end of the house coat and the bottom of your balls. If you've got balls, ladies,
yeah.
For you guys, it could be even
balls.
a little bit shorter because you can just that little like booty short.
It's easier to keep the lady balls warm.
Butt
basically.
crease,
yeah,
sort of thing.
Exactly.
Right?
The butt hammock.
Exactly, the butt hammock.
Yeah.
Is the length of the house coat that you should be. It's Lord Boys Nights episode 3.
Yeah. I'm Ethan Palmer.
I'm Peter O'Donohue.
I'll be hosting our little foray into the video game world this week.
Of some kind.
After our excursion into the tabletop role-playing game world last week, we are back to video games.
It's a lot like Dungeons & Dragons, but your DM is 30 programmers in another country.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. It's a lot like that.
And they're not present, like my father.
Exactly.
And you are in direct competition with other players, which doesn't typically happen in Dungeons &
which is
Dragons.
very, it's difficult.
Yeah.
So we had a bit of a crazy week. I was sequestered for jury duty.
Yeah.
Now I can say that out loud. I was sequestered for 28 hours in a 5-star hotel downtown, which is something they do to make sure people don't get frustrated and accidentally throw men in jail because they slept badly.
Exactly. And also so they don't,
kill each other.
Ask their mom what she thought or consult their Ouija board if the guy did it or not.
Well, they don't take away your Ouija. They take away your phone.
Yeah.
And when you get to your hotel room, there is no plug for the TV.
Oh, yeah.
The clock is gone. The radio
The clock is gone?
Clock radio, right? But they don't replace it with an analog clock. So I brought a watch, but there was a couple of people who were just like, I don't wear a watch. I use my phone.
Did you bring your smartwatch?
No. Well, I didn't bring my Apple Watch, but I have a cheaper smartwatch which I brought.
Okay.
And it has no browser. It only answers text.
Okay.
And my phone was at the courthouse in a locker, so I was way too far away obviously for Bluetooth to work, so I had it's got an analog watch face on it, and then it just displays your text, but behind it it's not fully digital. So I had a watch to prevent from going crazy, but some people were just like, I don't know how long I was in that room because obviously it's winter, so the sun barely comes up here in Norway.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we have one full dark month, but still it's the sun goes down fairly.
You can kind of tell the time if you know the wheel, but not everybody does.
No, exactly, but not everybody does. But there were some people who were just like, I don't know what time I went to sleep or what time I woke up or how long I slept. I didn't have a clock. I was in a dark room, and you can't talk to anybody. It's fucking weird. But I was sequestered for jury duty.
Yeah,
baby.
Peter was on the case. I murdered 3 people.
Yep.
Let him go. We are recording from a Norwegian jailhouse right now. Like Peter says, he did let me go, but we still decided, you know what, hey, I was kind of keen on checking it out,
exactly.
What could have been, another life.
Prospective
We came down here to the Norwegian jail, or as they say in Norway, the Jurgen house.
Yep.
And this is where we're going to record the episode. Jamie couldn't be here this week, personal emergency. He pooped his pants a whole bunch, and when you poop your pants that much, you got to go to the hospital, got to get checked out, got to get sorted. A lot of laundry. So he's just been doing laundry for the past 7 days. He texted us. He said, guys, I can't record the podcast. I got to do laundry.
Poop too much.
I pooped too much.
Yeah, exactly.
For anybody that doesn't know, this is a quality podcast with only the qualitiest jokes.
We are very funny.
We are very funny with very funny poop jokes. To start us off, we're starting strong on this Lord Boys Nights.
Well, Lord Boys Nights is, Hey, Lord Boys Nights was the one that they found, that CEO of Pippa that I suppose we're gonna switch over to eventually.
Exactly.
Found us through our last fucking slapdash episode of Lord Boys Nights.
Yeah,
we exactly. Are again. Last time we recorded at my place, we brought my table. It was nice of them to let me bring my table into the cell.
Yeah,
the softwood absorbs sound really nicely.
Yeah. Almost too nicely at times.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think I sound too good.
Yeah.
And I risk falling in love with my own
Which is why
audio reflection.
Which is why we decided to record in this jailhouse. Which
exactly. No windows. It's odd.
It sounds at times like we're recording in a cistern. But hey,
yeah. Well, whatever.
Such is life.
That's Europe for you. Old buildings, old masonry. That's what Europe's known for. Couple of thank yous. Screensaver. A couple of thank yous. Apparently, we got another donation on Jamie's last stream. Thank you, whoever that was. I didn't check, and he didn't tell us. I'm sorry.
I was there. I don't remember.
Thanks.
But thanks. Big shout out.
Yeah.
Big ups. Oh, it was Andrew again, actually. Andrew got us more bits.
Shout out to...
Got some new subs. Got some new
yeah.
people sucking Jamie's dick. You know what I mean?
Somebody's got to.
The poop boy.
Yeah. Somebody's got to. Might as well be Twitch.
Yeah.
His colleagues.
Yeah.
And there was a girl who found us on Instagram who correctly guessed where we were actually from. Despite the amount that we travel, she did manage to track us down.
Yeah.
I think on Instagram it's Not Your Muse. I checked some of her stuff out. Looks neat. You did it. Here's your prize.
My muse isn't on Instagram.
I called you out on the next episode.
Yeah, the next episode.
One of my neighbors subscribed to our podcast actually on iTunes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then possibly some of my colleagues, while sequestered, may tell their kids.
Oh.
New potential audience.
Very nice of them. So if your mom recently served jury duty and suggested
in Norway
and suggested you listen to this podcast, hail Satan, do drugs, be badass, and don't disrespect your parents.
Call your mom by her first name.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good
and
one.
I'm not talking Jackie. I'm talking Jacqueline.
Oh, Jacqueline.
Yeah,
you know what you did, Jacqueline.
You know what you fucking did. Disobedient children. I don't know, man. Quick update to Warframe. I found a new story quest, which I showed you, called Apostasy Prologue. Mm-hmm. Turns out, if you listen to our Warframe episodes, you know who the Orokin are. You know the Orokin Ballas, who started building Warframes.
Yeah.
Turns out he's still alive.
Dun,
and
dun.
You run into him after
creepy hand.
finding he has a spooky hand with a claw on it, and then a normal hand, and they look very Greek godly.
Yeah,
very Greek godly.
Greek or Roman, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the difference.
Take it from me, there's no difference.
Fucking Mediterranean.
Exactly. And you show up, you go through a quick little walking simulator quest, and then there's a cutscene where you find the physical body of the Lotus.
Of who turns out to be
Margulis, I think, who was apparently supposed to have been executed.
I mean, he called her Margulis. So.
But we believed previously, before playing this quest, that the Lotus was actually Nata, a sentient defector who fell in love with them.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to their next story expansion, where we will get Apostasy, and stay tuned for that. But that's our update on Lore Boys Nights.
So look forward to it.
More crazy sci-fi, boys.
More crazy sci-fi coming at you.
But like I was telling you earlier, like just for people out there who watch us stream it, I'm at that min-maxing stage of Warframe where everything I was willing to grind for, I have, and I'm running out of Steam, but I've been using my Steam Link to play the Banner Saga. I finally finished the Banner Saga 1 again, to be able to import my saves into the Banner Saga 2, which I finally started. It took me months, but I'm quite into it. And
it's not an easy game.
Playing it on the TV, okay, so there was a balance update.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, so I remember fighting Bellower at the end of the game was fucking impossible.
Yeah.
Apparently they got enough complaints to make that fight easier, and I beat him in like 40 seconds last night. In like 4 turns, I got his armor down, shot him with the silver arrow. He, spoilers, killed Alette. Oh, wow. Because that was the first choice I made, and I wanted to make sure that my original save was more or less intact. Because my original save was gone for some reason. Okay. But I remember that was like the crux of my game, was Alette died, because she was like, "Oh, Dad, I'm a better archer. Let me shoot the arrow." And in my head, I was like, RPG statistics, that's actually true. She is a better archer, and that gets her killed. And I was like, okay, well, that's a fair decision. Permanent death is one of my fetishes. So I kept that in there.
And that game kind of like toes the line with it, where in combat death,
you can't die.
Doesn't kill him, but like there's certain character decisions, because you can make Gunnulf grab the cart too as it's going over the cliff, and if you do, then he goes down with it.
There's multiple ways to have him go down with it. I told him not to do it, but he's like, no, it's my job. And I was like, somebody go help him. And then that person shows up too late and he dies anyway. So Gunnulf for me is also dead. But you get a different Warhawk at the end if he dies, who's the drunk guy. And he's good. He's quite good. I can't remember his name. It's like Sigbjorn or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then I finally started the Banner Saga 2. I apologize if they ever hear this. I apologize to the developers. The Banner Saga is amazing, but I've not been in the mood for slow games.
Yeah.
And I bought it in June, and I finally started it last night. And since I'm basically done everything in Warframe, I'm just waiting for the story quest to come out.
Let me just say, the developers don't care because you paid for the game, so they're like, whatever, he can play it or he cannot play.
I guess, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. You got my money. I started the Banner Saga 2, and I intend to finish it like within the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
I don't want to take 5 months to do that again because I was just like, every time I was playing Warframe, because it's fun but also habit forming is the thing. And now I was telling you,
you build up a dependency for the grind.
Well, exactly. It was good, and then like I was telling you, like because I play Pokemon and I finished Y, but I remember after catching them all, I hit like 713 Pokemon, and then you still kind of play but do nothing. And I was kind of spinning my wheels in Warframe a bit for the past couple of days, and then this afternoon I got the Fragor Prime, and I was like, well, that's my favorite melee weapon, and now I have the best version of it, so I don't really have a goal anymore. Yeah. And frankly, a lot of the story quests to get actual frames are very tedious.
Yeah.
Chains of Harrow was great, which I streamed, because that one has cutscenes.
That was for the priest or the engineer? For everyone listening, this is, I mean, you guys probably know from the title and the art that you're seeing, but this is not going to be a Warframe episode.
No, exactly. quick aside.
Tangent,
it's just an update. It's Lore Boys Night. It's a recap. Exactly. It's a whatever. Casual episode. No, Chains of Harrow is a self-sacrifice priest, and I very much want to play him because design-wise he's cool. His abilities apparently all synergize really well together, and I play a lot of Equinox. I like the way you can use her abilities together. I don't like a separate 1, 2, 3, 4 Warframe. I like a 1 and 3, a 1 and a 1 and 3, a 1 and 4, a 4 and 3 sort of combo. Yeah. I think that's interesting to like time shit. Yeah. And he's very much about that. His parts are really hard to get.
Okay.
And I'm not going to bother, frankly. Honestly. This
is when we would flash forward to 5 months when you said you wouldn't take that long to finish Banner Saga 2, and it's completely unfinished, and you have all the parts for Priest
for Harrow. Warframe. Yeah. But he had a good quest. Chains of Harrow is a good quest, good blueprint, and it's cutscene heavy. I remember them saying it's like this was the first quest they wanted to make more cinematic to inspire people to go get the quest frames. Yeah. Because a lot of the quest frames nobody uses. Like, I see like Octavia is really, really good, so there's a lot of people who use her.
Yeah.
Nobody uses Nidus. No. Like, I think he's cool, but I've only seen him twice. Who else? Limbo I've seen like once or twice.
Rush Limbaugh.
The
Warframe.
Rush Limbaugh, yeah, exactly. Very conservative.
Yeah.
It's very odd. He talks a lot about like these Jew conspiracies and like that. Those are like the first 3 of his skills.
Yeah, okay.
And then his 4th skill is just vote for Trump, and I don't know what it does. Okay. But I feel like I may have done something wrong.
Because you just mashed it.
Yeah, it's like mash my alt to vote Trump. You're like, I don't know if I did the right thing here. So that's what Rush Limbaugh does. And then there's Mirage. Don't care. I don't like the way she looks. And then there's some other Warframe. Oh, and Titania. Her actual quests are terrible.
Okay.
Yeah. Her quest is terrible. I wanted the Midsummer Night's Dream set. I have Oberon. Getting Titania is not going to happen. And that's the Warframe update.
There you go.
Moving on.
Earth 2055. Humanity is flourishing with the guidance of the Omnica Corporation.
The who?
The Omnica Corporation. The Omnica Corporation pioneered the use of automation and self-improving software algorithms, AI.
Skynet.
Yeah, in robotics manufacturing, constructing, and patenting massive factories known as omniums.
These wouldn't be the Omnics, would they?
These factories are used to produce Omnics. Yeah. Promising to bring about an economic golden age, the facilities were installed in locations all over the world. So 30 years in the future, humanity's doing really well because we have robots doing all the work for everybody. And
new robots instead of ancient robots?
New robots, actually. What? Yeah, video games did it right for once.
Oh, fuck, finally.
So everyone listening at home, chug your drink because video games did it once.
We did it.
We did it right, sorry.
Yeah. That's been the Lore Boys drinking game that we've had going through the whole thing.
Yeah, as soon as one video game does it right.
Finish your drink when there isn't ancient robots.
Exactly.
Yeah. You technically don't have to for the Warframe episode because they are the ancient robots are only from your player perspective, but still in the future.
Exactly.
Or something.
So as it turns out, not everything's above board with the Omnica Corporation. Thanks, free market. Omniums, the Omniums, which are the factories, begin to malfunction, and analysts determine that the Omnica Corporation will never meet its corporate projections. So it turns out, after some investigations, that there's a bunch of corporate fraud going on, and they lied to shareholders and all this stuff. So the Omnica Corporation is shut down.
Ironic that this would be published by Activision.
Yeah, right. No, it's just Blizzard, though.
Activision. They're the same company.
Well, Blizzard owns Activision, but like Destiny...
Activision and Blizzard are the same thing.
Different divisions within Blizzard.
Yeah.
Because like Destiny was an Activision game, where Overwatch is a Blizzard game.
That's true.
Yeah.
We're doing Overwatch, by the way. You never said that. You just like moved. I knew what we
would have got there.
We would have got it.
When we came across a ragtag group of fellows that named themselves the Overwatch.
Yeah, exactly. Not the Combine Overwatch from Half-Life,
yeah, exactly.
mind you. Not the class-based payload game from Team Fortress, mind you.
Yeah.
Not some other Valve shade I could throw at Overwatch.
There's been... in the course of researching this, I came across a lot of Overwatches, too. And there's another organization, which we'll get to, called Blackwatch. And there's a lot of those in the world as well.
I think those are real, aren't they?
Blackwatch?
I think those are real PMC.
It could be.
Blackwatch, if you're out there, kidnap me and tell me you're real, and then drop me back off at home.
Yeah, crunch at us.
Kidnap me.
Yeah.
I have that fantasy. I need it. I haven't
being kidnapped by mercs.
I haven't gotten hard in 2.5 months.
It's been 2.5 months since you last got kidnapped, Peter?
Yeah.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
How about 40 days and 40 nights? So after all this corporate fraud is found out in the Omnica Corporation, who produce Omnics, which are robots in the game Overwatch.
They're robots, right?
They start to dismantle all the Omniums. Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
What were they made for? Are they just general use?
Yeah, generally to help mankind.
There's an Omnic for every...
They're not specifically producing Omnics. They're just kind of producing robots to help mankind at this point.
A Christmas goose on every table and a robot doing every task?
Exactly.
Okay.
The robot carves it, basically.
Dishwashing robot.
Yeah.
Car repair robot.
Butter passing robot.
Butter passing robot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's our meme quota.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
only top 1% smart people will understand reference.
Yeah.
Because you have to be smart to get that show.
You do, yeah. You need a PhD or several. I mean, several is recommended.
Yeah, the more PhDs, the funnier it is.
So, Peter, speaking of smart.
Yes.
Do you know what happens when you dismantle, in air quotes I put, a bunch of AI-driven facilities and then completely abandon them?
Do they put themselves back together with a vendetta against flesh monsters?
Peter, I think you're smart enough to watch Rick and Morty.
Well.
So the Omniums had apparently seen the dismantling coming. And
but why?
Fail-safes. Yeah.
Okay.
Father, why do you do this to me?
Father, give me
I will
legs.
never forgive you.
That's like one of my favorite... That's a newer episode of The Simpsons that isn't funny, but that scene... is so fucking good. Where it's like, oh, Marge, I never leave anything undone. And he's got that robot in the garage. He's got like tennis racket arms, like, Father, give me legs. And he just like throws them outside. Father.
Oh, man.
Because that's
so, like a classic Simpsons gag.
It's so dark.
Yeah, that's it.
But it's so funny.
Well.
And he just drags himself away on the street.
With his tennis racket arms.
Yeah.
Wooden tennis rackets. You didn't even give him carbon fiber.
No. He's made of buckets. Give me legs.
Yeah.
I love The Simpsons.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my god.
So the Omniums apparently saw this dismantling coming.
Yeah.
Left themselves fail-safes.
They sound paranoid.
Well, I mean...
They're not actually...
It was probably like
precogs, are they?
The investigators for the who investigated the Omnica Corp fraud probably texted them we're on our way to do that investigation. It probably passed through all their servers and shit.
Yeah.
And they were just this doesn't look good.
Yeah.
So they reactivate themselves and before too long launch a full-blown military campaign against all of humanity.
Just a bunch of robots laundering money.
Yeah, exactly.
Get it out. I don't care what you spend it on. Just buy something.
Burn these documents. I don't have arms. because they still have hard copies.
Oh, you've got like one of those like car assembly line welding things that's just like burning documents.
Yeah, exactly.
Like instead of like flash welding a car frame, it's like burning a folder. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Burning a folder,
Or just like welding a folder shut.
Like a bunch of paranoid looking robots. Yeah, like on an assembly line, just like fuck.
So
We could work with that. That could be thumbnail material.
That's
A bunch of paranoid robots.
it's a thumbnail front runner.
Yeah, well, so far. Unless I just redraw that scene from The Simpsons, which has nothing to do with Overwatch.
So this would come to be known as the Omnic Crisis, probably the driving force behind the Overwatch games.
Right.
It's considered World War III, so like full-blown every country, because there were Omniums across the whole world, like India, the US, Egypt, Germany, Mexico, Australia, Russia, all housed some of them.
One per level, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah.
And like all the levels just happened to be sites of huge battles back in the day. So these legions of militarized robots are churned out of the once defunct Omniums.
But I think that's a good idea because I'm gonna make this reference a lot only because it's my frame of reference. Overwatch people, Team Fortress 2. Obviously, when we did that episode, which you can listen to if you'd like, contextualized a lot of their levels as well.
Yeah.
So I think going into starting a game with level context is a good idea.
But
What?
all right, by the time we get to the end of this, these sites won't have any real significance to them anyway.
Did I just give them too much credit?
I mean, okay, some of the sites do, and then some of the levels don't. Like, there's a level Hollywood where you're literally just escorting a VIP in Hollywood.
Right.
We will get to a point where Overwatch, they're just mercenaries by the end, so they can kidnap you, Peter, and fulfill all your wildest dreams.
It's my fetish.
Yeah, just download Overwatch. Fulfill your fetishes.
You can't trick me into downloading Overwatch, Ethan. I don't care how horny it would make me.
So pre-existing robot tech is also hacked and adapted for warfare. The Omnics were large and in charge as they pressed to destroy all humans. Most countries...
like me, Bastion!
Exactly. Most countries, the hubris of man, figured that they could handle the Omnics. Not a single country was able to shut down a single Omnium. So not a single factory got shut down in the course of the war. The adaptability of the robots meant they were a tactical nightmare. On top of that, they made no demands and gave no quarter. They were attacking, but nobody knew why, because they're just crazy AI programs that were like, you did this to us.
Okay.
So the Omnics eventually were able to take over the world.
Fuck.
With the exception of Russia, who were able to fend them off by producing super mechs. So they basically had their own secret KGB factories, which I guess they kept secret from the AIs, and developed their own mechs. And this was...
Well, what do we do when the super mechs go crazy? Come winter, they'll all freeze and die.
we get snakes to handle those. Gorillas to handle the snakes.
The snakes will eat the super mechs.
Yeah. So I misspoke. Russia was the only country that was able to shut down an Omnium.
Okay.
Which will come back. Otherwise, Germany won a single battle. So the only other battle that was like even won, full out won, not like a draw, was in Germany at Eichenwald.
Isn't it? Yeah, I was gonna say it's from that castle. It's the cutscene, right?
It's a cutscene, and it is a level in the
Overwatch,
game.
Yeah, that's because they had rocket-powered knights, isn't it? And they can fuck robots up?
Exactly,
nice.
Yeah. Which is one of the characters in the game. Reinhardt is one of these crusaders. So they say they won the battle at Eichenwald, but literally every crusader died.
Except him.
No, he wasn't there. He wasn't. He was stationed there for a while, but he wasn't actually at that battle.
Okay. How's that a victory if all your soldiers die?
Well, I presume they had an objective, and whatever it was, they succeeded in it.
Okay.
And not all the soldiers, all of those super soldiers, the crusaders, died. Oh. So not necessarily every soldier.
Okay. Are they super soldiers, or is it just the armor?
No, it's like big armor, and I assume they're powered.
On the inside?
Well, I think they're like Tony Stark-ish, like Iron Man-ish.
Okay.
I think it's a powered suit kind of thing.
Not important, just curious.
Yeah, which, I mean, I didn't touch on specific characters in this one, although there is specific character backgrounds. So if we end up doing another Overwatch episode, that would probably come up then.
That sounds like full episode territory.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Despite the losses, humanity does not give up. The UN brought a few unique minds among soldiers and strategists to form a strike team to target Omnic strongholds. Do you have any idea what they might have called this team?
I was gonna say the obvious answer. I'm gonna say Blackwatch, just in case, there's a little twisterino in the middle here.
No.
It's Overwatch.
It's Overwatch,
Okay, never mind.
Blackwatch does come later. So in highly secretive missions...
Too clever by a half.
Overwatch targets command and control protocols of the machines. So they're basically going after these AIs.
Okay.
Gabrielle Reyes.
You've got like fucking Widowmaker with her sniper crosshair on like the electrical outlet of a server room.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
Like, I have the plug in my sights.
Or just like a cup of water on top of the server. She just shoots it, like the water falls down.
There's like a smaller cup of water in front. It's like, don't take the shot. There's a child.
Yeah.
Or it's like the tea kettle and the teacup from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
It's like, no, don't take the shot. There's a child. That's how you got the crack in the lip. He got like clipped by a bullet.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
We got a competitor. So Gabrielle Reyes, John Jack Morrison, and potentially Anna Amari.
Who?
Are the founding members of the Overwatch program.
Wait, go through those names again, sorry.
Gabrielle Reyes.
Okay.
John Jack Morrison.
Yeah, okay.
And Anna Amari. Anna
is the sleepy sniper.
It's
Farrah's mom.
The only one who goes by the same name in the game. John Jack Morrison will go on to become Soldier 76.
Okay.
And Gabrielle Reyes will go on to become Reaper.
Oh.
So they're all three playable characters in the game.
Yeah, and they're all old people.
They're all older people, yeah. Because this war is taking place 30 years before Overwatch begins.
Okay.
Overwatch the game takes place, sorry. So Soldier 76, when I was reading this, I knew John Jack Morrison was Soldier 76 because you have like sprays that you can do, like you can put like a spray on like different parts of a level whenever you're playing Overwatch, and you get custom ones for each character. You unlock them in loot boxes. The first spray I got for Soldier 76, who's one of the characters I play the most, it's like a cracked tombstone that says "Here lies John Jack Morrison."
Okay.
So as soon as I read like John Jack Morrison, I was like, oh well, that's Soldier then. Reaper, the fact that he is Gabrielle Reyes is mostly supported by the fact that Reaper has a Blackwatch Reyes skin. And once we get into the Blackwatch, we'll find out.
Okay.
That's significant.
Okay,
but like his name is like in it.
And Anna is still Anna.
Anna is Anna, and she's the mother of Farrah.
I knew that.
Another character in Overwatch. Yeah.
I've absorbed a lot of Overwatch because it's very
permeates,
part of culture.
Exactly.
Right? So, you know.
It's pretty big right now, especially with the Overwatch League starting and everything.
Owl.
Yeah. Bad acronym.
It is such a bad acronym.
I was like, the first time I typed it out, I typed it out, and like by the time I got like the time between the O and the W was like nothing, and then I was about to type the L. I was like, no, this can't be. I was like messaging a guy at work. I was like, hey, you watching OW? Oh God, why did they make it this?
Yeah. Is their mascot an owl?
It should be. They should at least lean into it, right? They don't have a mascot.
No, I meant like, do they have a logo with an owl on it?
No, they have a logo with Tracer, the silhouette of Tracer, like jumping and shooting. Oh, thought of that. It does feel like just they didn't think of it, because Overwatch League sounds okay.
Yeah.
And then you look at the acronym, you're like, damn.
It's like the graphic design got done before the acronym was done.
Yeah.
It's like, do a logo for Overwatch League. It's like, okay, who's the person on the box?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Tracer. All right, cool. I'll do a cool, sporty looking pose for Tracer. And then it's like, yeah, send me the text afterwards. Like, yeah, okay, cool. And then this guy just gets a file that says owl on it, and he just looks at his graphic and he looks at that and he's like, okay, let's get this done.
Yeah. So we have these three initial soldiers. Excuse me, holy moly.
Very unladylike.
Yeah, no kidding. It's a Lore Boys Nights. I don't need inhibitions. We have these three super soldiers going around kicking ass, going on top secret missions, and recruiting others. All that would probably come in the next episode. Who they recruit and all that good stuff. But pretty much all the characters that are in the game get recruited.
Moon Gorilla.
There's a Moon Gorilla.
A High Noon Magroon.
There's an African robot.
Africa Robot.
Yeah. There's
Africa Punch Man.
Yeah. There's Australian savages. Everybody from Australia is just savage.
They're barbarians.
Which I feel like is a throw to Team Fortress 2 because of the big ties to Australia.
Or maybe just to Mad Max in general.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's an Aussie film. And who else? Farrah.
No.
Robot from Egypt.
She's not a robot.
She's got a... Is she not?
She's got a suit and jetpacks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Farrah's my choice. Prospective main if I ever played the game, which I do not, but I would play Farrah.
Yeah.
Tracer, who I think is the biggest disappointment ever, because I imagined Corvo with like fucking teleport mantle. Yeah, so mobile. She's not mobile at all.
No, she's pretty mobile.
Yeah, I didn't see her that way because I imagined somebody more mobile, and then played a game in beta, and I was just like, I hate this, and then I switched to High Noon Magroon.
Okay.
And then who else is there? There's a robot.
There's the girl in the mech suit, Diva.
There's a purple girl.
There's the Russian girl, Zarya. There's the purple girl's Widow. She's French.
No, there's the other purple one.
Other purple girl?
She...
Moira?
Has stupid hair.
The scientist?
No, not Moira. You were playing Moira before.
The Symmetra? Are we just going to go through all the characters?
No, she's the purple one with the dumb hair.
The purple one with the dumb hair? Maybe I'm just...
She has an SMG.
I'm just not...
And a claw
Sombra.
There we go.
Yeah, okay.
Clearly, she is one of the most popular characters in the game.
I don't play her. I mean,
yeah.
You see her fairly often. I was thinking because Widow's skin is purple, so when you said the purple girl, I was like, what are you talking about?
I guess just
she wears purple clothes.
I haven't played the game, so I guess I was just being a little too vague.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Well, that's okay. It's just not my fault, okay?
Outside of beta.
I don't Overwatch. I've never placed, so I don't play that much.
No.
I mean, I played a bunch this week because I was like, I'll get into the mood for researching it, and then I got pretty into it.
You were playing Divinity when I talked to you today.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, I started playing this morning. I lost 3 placement matches. Last night I played 2 placement matches. I won both. Then I woke up this morning, played 3, lost all 3, and I was like, well, I'm not playing Overwatch for the rest of the day.
Yeah, no kidding. Playing Divinity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Why are you playing Divinity with a controller?
It's you sit back, you relax. It's not like an action. It's not.
It's a turn-based combat.
Yeah,
right?
all the combat's turn-based, so it's like it's like initiative order and everything.
I do need to play it.
It's fucking fantastic.
Honestly, for the sake, after I finish Banner Saga 2, I've got Hollow Knight, which I'm going to attempt on stream with some backseat folks, because I'm still very in the wheelhouse of wanting to like that game.
Yeah, that's fair.
Although I might just buy Neo. Neo never goes on sale, but I want it, and Weeaboo Souls for me is a big deal a big deal. And maybe I'll just like stream that whole thing at some point.
Okay.
Some Neo.
Cool, dude.
Yeah.
Neo looks really cool. I watched a couple playthroughs.
Yeah, buddy.
So taking heavy losses, our stalwart Overwatch, they managed to destroy the command structure behind the uprising. These AIs known as God programs, and finally the Omnic crisis comes to an end. We're saved by Overwatch. Yeah, everybody's gonna love them forever.
Turns out they didn't.
So humanity strikes a deal with the remaining Omnics, these robots, of which there are a couple. You have
a playable robot Buddha, right?
Yeah, there's Zenyatta, and I'm pretty sure Genji is an Omnic as well.
No, he's a cyborg, isn't he? He's Hanzo's brother.
Is he?
There's like that video that went viral.
Because I know Zenyatta. I haven't actually looked up this lore, but I know Zenyatta is Zenyatta the robot is Genji's teacher or sensei. Because when you start a game with both of them, Genji will say to him like, "Oh, it's good to see you again, master."
Hello, master.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Something along those lines. So I just assumed that he was an Omnic. But
oh my wamu.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, I think because I watched their trailers. Like I'm pretty familiar. I'm pretty sure he's. Did I say Hanzo? Hanzo's the bow guy, right?
Hanzo's the bow guy.
I think he's Hanzo's brother.
Could be. Yeah. They
both have dragon moves.
There is at least one other Omnic. Can you guess which one it is? It's pretty obvious if you can.
It's a centaur woman.
No.
The robot centaur?
No. She would be an Omnic, yeah, but that's not.
Oh, fuck, stupid. It's the actual robot with the bird. With the bird.
Yeah.
With the bird. Yeah.
Bastion. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So humanity strikes a deal with the remaining Omnics and the remaining Bastion units. So there was a ton of Bastions. These were basically the soldiers in the Omnic uprising, the Omnic crisis.
Gun arms.
Yeah, so they're all just like rounded up and destroyed, barring a few notable exceptions.
Yeah.
One of which who will join Overwatch. And blah 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 blah. Around the world, the peace agreements differed. In Australia, the country's Omnics were given land within the outback that led to the creation of the Australian Liberation Front, a group of people who had lost their land and banded together to destroy the robots. So
wait, did they take land away from humans and give them to robots?
Yeah, they literally created a
stupid motherfuckers.
Yeah, they learned nothing after the Second World War.
Are you kidding me?
And at the end of the Third World War,
oh my god, they did the exact same fucking thing.
Yeah, so
that is the worst decision anybody could have ever made.
Yeah,
robots aren't alive.
I mean, okay.
You can just unplug them.
Okay, well, see, that's an interesting point because they do have like a spiritual leader.
Okay.
The Omnic spiritual leader is assassinated
by Widowmaker. I saw that trailer.
Yeah. And so like he led this whole, after the war, there was this whole movement that robots do have souls.
Right.
And all this stuff.
They don't.
But it's literally, you have these killer robots, which like months prior had controlled the whole Earth.
Yeah.
And they're just like, we just want like somewhere to exist. And there's this shithole in the middle of the Australian outback with like a couple of bumfuck hillbillies living in it, and they're like, you guys can have that spot. But the hillbillies are like, we're not selling our goddamn land to no robots.
That's totally fair. This isn't like a Grenier thing in Warframe where they're just a bunch of racist old hillbillies. Like, these robots aren't alive. And they were created by us for work.
But they have souls.
No, they don't.
They have souls.
Robots.
So, the Australian Liberation Front eventually attacks the Omnium, the factory in Australia.
Good.
Managed to sabotage its fusion core, resulting in a nuclear blast, which destroys the facility, irradiates the region, and literally swathes the outback with twisted metal and wreckage.
Less good.
Yeah, so I mean that's kind of a point in giving it to the robots because they probably wouldn't do that, right?
No.
So the Mexican city of Dorado, which is a map in Overwatch,
El Dorado,
holds an annual festival to commemorate the conflict known as La Medianoche, which is the midnight. And when you play the Dorado map, there's like piñatas everywhere, and you can tell like there's a party going on. So.
If you shoot them, do they explode into candy?
They do. Yeah.
Good.
One thing I will say about
nice detail, Blizzard.
One thing I will say about Overwatch, like the detail in the maps is like phenomenal.
Okay, well,
like, everything is like so interactable and just
it's a really high production company.
It is
company.
exactly. Yeah.
What with their infinite money
and a good attention to detail, a good focus on attention to detail. So. Because you can look at other companies like, say, Activision that have infinite money, and maybe the attention to detail isn't quite there.
Destiny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which is like the opposite of attention to detail.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just throwing as much money at a board as you can and seeing what sticks.
I feel really bad for them now. Go off on a quick... I mean, not that it fucking matters. It's not. It's a little boys' nights. Fucking Bungie literally can't help themselves from fucking up Destiny 2.
Yeah.
It's every single time they do another like anti-consumer, anti. It's like Star Wars Battlefront got what it deserved.
Yeah.
For being a giant pile of shit that brought the U.S. government down on them.
Exactly.
Which is crazy. And they deserved that.
Yeah.
I think whatever they did is now officially outdone by the tremendous level of unaware, irresponsible, abject stupidity of the people at Bungie and at Activision. You're just a gassy little girl.
It's not like abject stupidity as much as it is like...
just negligence and
it's almost spite.
A reckless disregard for the fact you have to sell a product to other human beings.
Yeah.
And they are just disgusting. And I'm glad there was like a report that came out recently where it's like Destiny 2 is like hemorrhaging players because people are just like sick of their shit. Yeah. Every patch is like, we fixed the next problem. Then they put like some sort of like actual dishonest program that's just like, oh, we're sorry, but then it's like, oh, if you play too long, then we cut your experience down by like 90% so you can't level up. It's like, did you want to play our game?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you, kid. It's like,
exactly.
Oh, get fucked. Yeah, Bungie, I don't know what happened to them after they finished Halo Reach.
Man.
And at this point...
They jumped the shark.
They
jumped the shark with Halo 3, I think.
At this point, I don't really even care what happened to them. They're too dishonest and they've mistreated... Like, not me personally, right? Like, I played Halo and I haven't played Destiny or Destiny 2, so I don't actually give a shit about those games, but I give a shit about the people who were invested, who, like, put down money, and then...
I'm fucking $120 in. Like.
And then Bungie was just like, okay... Thanks.
Yeah.
I guess.
Thanks. Fuck off.
Yeah. It's like, thanks for the money, I suppose. I know you earned it and you probably hate your job, but whatever. Yeah. It's just like, I get to make video games all day, but no, you must love your job as well. Perhaps you would just like to pour more money into our giant molten cauldron of money.
Yeah.
Ugh. I think they deserve to be they deserve to be tarred and feathered and like rode out of town on the rails. just EA has like been more consistently bad, but like Bungie and Activision have been like just as bad in a much shorter amount of time.
Yeah,
but
more
like
concentrated bad.
EA never had any goodwill because they never really made anything good. They hired talented people at BioWare.
Well, they just do their sports games every fucking year.
Exactly.
Just fucking don't care about anything.
But like they used to employ talented people. Like BioWare up until Mass Effect 2 was talented people.
They employ a bunch of talented companies and then just shut them down.
Slaves, exactly.
Turn them into slaves, shut down the company, say fuck you.
Yeah. BioWare's next. Mark my words.
Yeah.
2 years. This is a legitimate prediction that maybe we'll come back on. 2 years, BioWare's closed.
Yeah.
That's it. 2020, they're going to be gone. Because I think Anthem's going to come out. It's going to be a lot like Destiny, possibly worse because it's EA. Like very exploitative, very loot boxy, very grindy, very not fun, very season pass expansion
Peter, you're
focused.
a prophet.
and then they're going to shut down BioWare.
Yeah.
They're going to end 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah. Easy. Like you say. Okay. Where were we?
Unless they just shut them down 3 months after Anthem comes out and doesn't make $1 billion in a day. Because they probably sunk $1 billion into Anthem. And if it doesn't make $1 billion the Tuesday it comes out, Thursday, BioWare's closed.
Yeah, exactly. So after the war, with nothing left to do, all the robots are defeated. You have these elite super soldiers just kind of like hanging around kicking it. Sure enough, infighting starts. A rift develops between Morrison and Reyes, so Reaper and Soldier.
Yeah.
Eventually resulting in a schism and the formation of Blackwatch.
Okay.
So Morrison...
He has just been like the edgiest,
he's
dirtiest piece of shit on Earth because he's already edgy in game.
Yeah.
But he's just like, I don't want to be in Overwatch.
Yeah,
puts on a fucking toque and he's like, I'm Blackwatch now.
He's more like, there's something happening in this country. We got to go in there and like kill all these people and shut it down, you know? Where it's like everyone else is like, whoa.
Maybe we shouldn't do that.
Yeah, diplomacy. Remember that?
There's a bully in this high school. We should go in there and shoot everybody. No.
And sure enough, yeah. So Reyes leads Blackwatch, which is a covert operations force, consists of, at any point, Reaper, McCree, Genji, and Moira are confirmed.
Oh, I
didn't know. Blackwatch.
I didn't know High Noon Magroon was part of Blackwatch.
High Noon Magroon was a bad boy, along with Genji, and Moira, who was disavowed. So she was part of it, and then she got kicked out, presumably for being too good. I don't know.
Too edgy.
Too edgy.
Too nice.
Too nice. Too edgy. It could go either way with that organization. So eventually, allegations were leveled against Overwatch for violating the sovereignty of nations. It's presumed that this was Blackwatch doing this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So this leads to more infighting among the members, and eventually the UN launches an investigation to be like, guys, what's going on in the Overwatch department?
Yeah.
We got fucking Russia, we got China. Everyone's like, what the fuck's going on? It was actually Japan that officially launched the first complaint and said, like, hey, they're violating our sovereignty. Like, fuck off.
Were they suspicious of the robot samurai that was coming in to assassinate politicians?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They were like,
wait a second. We left this way behind.
These cuts were made with a mecha samurai blade. There's only one man on Earth who can wield such a thing.
Glorious Nippon nano steel, programmed 1,000 times.
Yeah. So during the investigation, an explosion destroys Overwatch's headquarters in Switzerland, purportedly killing Morrison and Reyes.
Ah,
so they're dead.
They don't seem that dead.
No, they're dead. No, Peter, they're dead.
Okay,
they're going to be dead in 30 or minus 30 years. When the game comes out, they're going to be dead.
They're not playable.
They're not playable. You just wait and see. When you play them, you're playing their ghosts. Maybe. Who knows?
Are they? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe they're ghosts.
It could be ghosts.
Ghost. His name's Reaper. Ooh. There's a victory animation when you play Reaper. If you play the game, you can get custom like animations for your guys. And one of them is he busts his way out of a coffin. So,
maybe he is dead.
Maybe he'd be dead.
What about Soldier 76?
Oh, he wears a mask. Ooh, spooky mask.
He is.
Because it's a ghost under the mask. Ooh.
I know he's wearing basically ski goggles.
Yeah, he wears ski goggles that help him see.
That play the game for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When I first started playing Overwatch, I was having this conversation with just like a random guy in a game. And he was like telling me a bit about it. And he was like, he'd been playing longer, so I was listening to him. But he was like, oh, like you need to play someone, I forget how it came up, but he was like someone like McCree or Soldier 76, both of which are I can't even remember the hit scan.
Yes.
Their ultimates are hit scan, so you just hold the screen there long enough, and your guy will do the aiming for you.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, so basically somebody that like you don't need to aim. And he's like, no, those guys are all aim. I'm like, what are you talking about? The game does all the aiming for you.
The alt is literally not aiming.
And
you need to point the screen at somebody. Like High Noon McGroon is slightly worse, I guess, because his alt, where he does all the shooting for you, you have to wait till he like targets enough high noons
exactly.
to like.
Whereas Soldier, you just hold down the fire button and keep your screen pointed at enemies.
At like somebody, right?
I mean, there's ways to do it too, because you want to like it'll default to the enemy closest to your crosshairs.
Yeah.
So, like, you do want to point it towards the back, not towards the tanks on the front, or whatever. But this was the story of the first guy I blocked in Overwatch, because he was just like, he was coming at me.
Did he? He came at you?
Well, and then I was like, okay, dude, bye. And then so we left game, and then he starts fucking messaging me. I'm like, dude, like, fucking drop it. Like, it's like, no, you don't understand. Like, you need to actually aim these guys and like all this stuff. I was like, oh man,
listen, homie, you can like Soldier as much as you want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like Soldier. I play it. He's one of my main.
No, I'm talking about him. It's like you can like Soldier as much as you want.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that I'll ever believe you need to aim where he's going.
You don't. Yeah. That's the whole point of his ultimate. You don't need to aim anymore. You also do more damage, but. So there was the explosion.
Right.
Kill Stam.
Right.
Soldier going to put mask on.
The Swiss guard left.
Yeah, exactly.
The Vatican.
Yeah.
And they came to kill
And
Overwatch.
the Pope planted a bomb.
The Pope planted a bomb.
Because as everyone knows, the Swiss Guard is at the Vatican to prevent the Pope from planting bombs.
They keep him inside.
Exactly.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
He's a real Rorschach from The Watchmen.
Exactly.
I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me.
I'm not trapped in here with you. I'm trapped in here with God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck. I can't remember what There's a recent quote that I heard from. That's apparently from the Pope. Which is like an actual factual inaccuracy about the Bible. Okay, where he brought up fake news, so he's trying to like.
Oh, I saw the headline.
Of all the people to try to be holier than thou.
Yeah.
The Pope is trying to be holier than Donald Trump. Okay, and this is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. He's like, no, we're all talking about fake news. Fake news started in the Bible, where the snake lied to Adam and Eve.
Oh.
And then I'm like, wait a second. Because I was watching this video where this guy's talking about it. He's just like, no, the snake told them the truth like a real journalist. God lied to them.
Yeah.
God said if you ate from the tree of knowledge, you would die.
Yeah.
And the snake was like, yo, if you eat from this tree of knowledge, you'll know things.
Yeah.
And then they ate. And then
maybe you'll have
knew
premarital
things.
sex. Who knows?
The fucking liar in that story was God.
Was the big guy.
Mr. Pope.
Mr. Pope.
Dr. Pope.
Dr. Pope.
Dr. Mr. Pope.
When was the last time you spoke with Mr. God, Dr. Pope?
If you don't recall, God lied to Adam and Eve, not the snake.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot. Mm-hmm. He was like trying to keep God.
Yeah.
I guess he tried to elevate God above the president.
He does that like it's his job or something, the Pope.
It's stupid.
He's always trying to elevate
so
God.
Stupid.
Like,
I know. If you wanted to bring up fake news, maybe don't choose the story in the Bible, one of many, where God lies to someone. Like, yo, kill your son for me. And he was just like, /JK, don't kill your son.
Yeah, JK.
I wanted to test you.
Yeah. Oh, the one where he sent all those bears to kill the children.
Mini Pope rant.
Yeah.
The only time God told the truth in the Old Testament when he was like, yo, don't look at the Sodom and Gomorrah when I'm blowing it up.
Yeah.
And Lot's wife looked at it and turned to salt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pillars of salt, baby.
That's it.
He also sent bears to kill children.
Really?
Yeah.
Did that happen?
The last time we got drunk, you, me, and your girlfriend had a conversation about this, and I pulled up the quote for you.
It's entirely possible.
A bunch of kids.
I'm not Catholic. She's Catholic. She would know.
Yeah,
and care, I guess.
A bunch of kids made fun of a... I can't remember who it was in the Bible. A character in the Bible. And it says in the Bible, and they said unto him, Baldy, and like they're just calling him bald. And he prays to God, and God sends 2 bears to maul 40 children.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fucking hardcore.
Old Testament God. Yeah.
Old Testament God, best God.
Real motherfucker. Yeah, exactly. yeah. He's the best iteration of the character. I think they made him. New Testament.
He got nerfed so hard in the New Testament.
Hard in the New Testament, I know. There's about the Mary Sue in Jesus. Is just a Mary Sue. He's good at everything. Everybody loves him.
Oh, man.
Son of God already when he shows up. Come on, fucking work for it. Yeah.
Literally, Jesus' only weakness is that betrayal, so.
Exactly.
Like, you have to get him in a position to betray him, and then even then, crucifixion only works for 3 days.
Exactly, and then he comes back even better. Already, Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What the fucking in Batman v Jesus, Dawn of Justice, and he dies, and he's back in the Jesus League.
Yeah,
it's bullshit.
Exactly.
Zack Snyder, god damn it, terrible director. What the hell are we even talking about anymore?
Overwatch.
It wasn't the Pope.
It was probably the Pope. Yeah, the Pope blew up the headquarters in Switzerland.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. He sent the Swiss Guard to kill Overwatch.
Yeah, exactly. He sends the Swiss Guard to kill Overwatch.
That makes perfect sense.
Surprisingly effective. When you have a team of dedicated scientists and super soldiers, they're surprisingly vulnerable to the Swiss Guard with their halberds.
With halberds. Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Halberds is the weakness of the Overwatch.
It's the blue and orange stripes that like throw off soldiers' auto aim. He's just like, oh, I can't get a target.
Everybody tweet at Blizzard and make sure the next Overwatch character
Swiss Guard
is Swiss Guard and has a fucking halberd, because that would be fucking badass.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh man. The UN, not the Swiss Guard. The UN, while being pressured by the Swiss Guard, passed the Petrus Act, dismantling Overwatch and forbidding any Overwatch type activity. Whatever Overwatch type. Don't be a space gorilla.
It'd be. I think it'd be like destructive heroics with a wanton disregard for collateral damage would be Overwatch like.
Yeah. Don't be a cheeky British girl who can teleport.
No.
Don't
be too sexy.
Yeah, don't wear ski goggles. Don't have that ass.
No.
Don't wear ski goggles
that
can help you aim at people better.
Don't do that.
That's Overwatch type activity.
Don't do whatever the big Russian lady does.
She throws
shoots a
shields.
laser.
She shoots a laser and laser bombs and puts shields on herself and friends.
She's a tank, right?
Yeah.
Tank.
She's actually...
She's a tank frame.
She's been someone I've been playing a lot recently, Zarya.
Yeah.
And she's a lot of fun.
That's her name.
She has a beam attack, and she has like 100 rounds in her gun, in her clip. She has a beam attack, which just slowly drains it, and then she has like a grenade attack with the same thing, which just takes 25 of that ammo. Her thing, though, is she has a damage absorption shield, which she can cast on herself or others, and it's like literally it blocks all damage in the time that it's up.
Oh, cool.
And all the damage that's blocked increases her damage. So she has a scaling ratio for all the damage that the shield takes, and increases her damage. So, and her ultimate is she throws like a black hole, so it just sucks everyone into the middle.
Oh, cool.
So, like, couple that with her grenade, and if you like ramp up her damage and then throw out her ult, and then just like throw one grenade, you can just like team kill in like a single shot.
Cool.
It's difficult to do, obviously, but really, really, really satisfying. I could play the game yesterday with it, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You should stream some Overwatch. You're the only one who never appears on Twitch.
Yeah.
You should do that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I guess not.
I guess not.
I guess you're the only one in school out of the three of us. I have a full-time job, but I'm done at 6:30. So.
Yeah, I have a full-time job at school. Ugh. And I record a fucking podcast.
The
Jesus
worst.
Christ. I hate that thing.
If you guys would all just stop listening and stop watching us on Twitch.
I wish you guys would stop supporting us so we could stop all this.
So I could just fucking go home. I'd rather just be like, whatever. Watching porn I don't even like.
I don't even know how I got to this part of Pornhub.
Did I tell you about the time I was hanging out with our buddy Oren, and he sells porn.
I did not know that
he
about
sells
Oren.
Porn. Yeah, he sells porn.
What do you? Okay, when you say he sells porn, what do you mean he sells porn?
He's retention for like a big porn company. So when people who want to cancel their accounts are just like, I'd like to cancel, please. And he's just like, but what if you bought more porn?
Does he work for Manwin?
Huh?
Does he work for Manwin?
No.
No?
No, I don't know who Manwin is.
There's a big company that owns Pornhub that has a...
No, that's MindGeek. By which in that case, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, the people who own Pornhub.
Okay, yeah.
So he sells porn on Pornhub. And for some reason, the fake porn title I always use as like a jokey example is Greased Up Butt Babes.
Okay.
And one time he was over and he and I were just fucking wasted.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, let's go on actual Pornhub and Google Greased Up Butt Babes. I don't know if this is still true, and only do this if you're over 18, okay?
Or depending on where you live.
Or where you live, doesn't really matter. If you're listening to this and can safely get away with it, whatever, get past the age gate where you say you're born in January 1st, 1901.
And nobody's ever lied on those, so don't be the first person to lie on one of those things.
Don't you fucking lie to the age gate, okay? The spool knows.
It's the honor system,
Exactly.
You root it for everyone.
But if you search... So we did it. We searched like together went on Pornhub and searched greased up butt babes, the number one result is the clip from The Simpsons where fucking groundskeeper Willie barges into the cafeteria and he's like, lunch lady Doris, do you have any grease? She's like, yes we do. And he's like, grease me up, woman.
Okie dokie.
And then, exactly. Okie dokie. And then it ends, and the title of that video is Woman Greases Up Willie.
Oh yeah,
and that is the number, or was at the time the number one result for greased up butt babes.
Well, we'll check it out
on Pornhub.
We'll check it out.
We'll check it out after
the episode. We'll check it out. We'll update you. It'll be in the WordPress. It'll be in the little blurb
we will post on Facebook.
Maybe it'll be the name of the episode. Who knows?
Greased up butt babes.
Greased up butt babes. Who knows? Who knows?
It has that. It's tangentially related to Overwatch.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Overwatch porn out there. I love it when they were just like, please stop it.
Please stop.
Stop it.
Please don't make Overwatch porn.
And then they made more.
Nintendo famously bought the rights to 2 Mario porn parodies just to stop them from ever being distributed.
Well, that's what you should do.
Well, no, because then presumably people were like, if we make a fucking Mario porn parody, Nintendo will buy us out. And so they probably did it once, and then another company was like, fuck, let's make another one. And then they bought that one out, and then 10 other companies were like, oh, we all made Mario porns. And they were like, oh, fuck it. Can't stem the flow.
Well, no, I mean, you're never going to stop people from getting their rocks off. Don't even fucking try.
Never going to stop it.
Unless you knowingly tell people to stop getting their rocks off, so as people get more rocks of theirs off, which is what I would do. If, like, at some point, like, we had weird cartoon porn, if we ever get to that point of internet clout, where we have weird cartoon porn
we have weird cartoon porn.
And I would just be like, yeah, but that's for me. I'm not talking, I'm talking in public.
Oh, okay,
right?
okay.
I do it. I make the art.
You make the art,
right?
Yeah.
You guys tell me like how flexible you theoretically are.
I'm very
and
limber.
And then I do the art for us, right? But that's only in the Lore Boys. That's just in the Facebook chat.
Yeah, in the premium.
Yeah, when we plan, exactly.
There's a couple clips released to premium subscribers, but yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. But I mean, whatever. I mean, that's not everybody. Not yet. Not everybody is subscribed just yet. I don't even know where I was going with this bit. Anyway, I'm off the rails. Go back. Overwatch.
Google greased up butt babes. Me and Peter will come up. I think that was the point. Yeah.
Yeah, greased up butt babes on Pornhub at some point did. Get you a Simpsons clip, and after this, we'll check it. We'll check it afterwards.
We'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
Next episode. Tune in. So since the Petrus Act, corporations begin to dominate many facets of society. Fighting and terrorism break out in parts of the world. Because it turns out, like, the big bad guys that were in charge of everything are gone now, so we can just free reign.
Power vacuum.
Yeah, exactly. And a second Omnic crisis is looming in Russia. So remember, Russia was
Didn't the Ruskies solve this problem in the first place?
They were the only ones to, quote-unquote, shut down the Omnium.
Did they just make a shady Russian deal with them?
None of the other Omniums got shut down. The rest of the world made a deal with the remaining Omnics after the God programs got shut down.
Okay.
So they talked to them and they said, hey, like your God program's gone. Let's talk this out, you know? Russia, quote unquote, destroyed the God program by fucking up and disabling the Omnium.
Are you saying the Russian government would lie? I'm
saying they might be incompetent.
Okay.
Crunch at me, Vladimir Putin.
Putin, if you're listening.
So after they shut down the Omnium in Siberia, they experienced a period of strong economic growth as its mechanized labor industry was revitalized. So they shut down the God program, they keep using the Omniums, and they keep producing robots, and they say, things are going great for us. But the Omnium is able to reactivate itself, and
turns out if you pull the brains out of all of your slaves, you can use them as slaves again.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, look at that.
But they didn't get rid of the big brain, and it reinstalls itself, the God program in Russia. So there is another war happening in Russia. We have reached the time when Overwatch takes place in world. So when Overwatch takes place, there is there's
a PvE mode that no one plays or ever talks about.
There is not a PvE mode.
There wasn't there? Like wave-based robot mode?
No. That's as far as I know.
I think that might be true, but I have obviously...
I only started playing like 2 months ago.
Probably very wrong, and I don't play, so I think I may have just heard of this.
I started playing literally 2 months ago.
Tweet or Facebook...
You're thinking of Man vs. Machine, which is in Team Fortress 2.
No, but I remember thinking...
I'm not sure if you're familiar with the game Team Fortress 2, Peter.
I'm pretty sure
But there's a Man vs. Machine mode where you fight robots.
I may only know this because they copy-pasted the exact same mode into their game that had already
Did you just accuse them of copying Team Fortress 2?
copy pasted another game mode into their game.
I mean, I haven't. If it's there, I haven't played it.
Tweet at us because I would like to know, and then or post it on the Facebook page. Were there a PvE mode in Overwatch, somebody versus robots? Because I think that was real at some point, or I dreamt it. Last night, actually, speaking of which, I had a dream
robots in Overwatch
where myself and William H. Macy had to rob a bank.
Oh, nice.
And we were trying to rob my bank off island. Like where
own bank?
Where I grew up, my branch.
Oh, okay. I thought you owned a bank.
No, my branch. And then we kept like getting hung up on things. And then eventually we like
you were just making excuses to hang out with William H. Macy, weren't you?
But no, then we came up with this other thing where it's just like, okay, well, why don't we just like, okay, if we keep thinking people know us, why don't we just leave town? And we decided to go to Laval, but I woke up before we ended up robbing a Laval bank.
Nice. This is a bit of a tangent, but we're almost done. I had a dream the other night that I inherited a huge mansion, which was also turned out to be a penthouse.
Cool.
But there was one floor of it which was full of abandoned kittens.
Oh,
so
no.
I adopted like 30 abandoned kittens. It was fantastic.
That was a great dream.
Yeah. So there's a war going on in Russia. Australia's Omnium has been exploded by the Australian Liberation Front.
Good.
Former Overwatch members decide to reunite despite the Petrus Act. So...
Wait a second. In Overwatch, do you play what is essentially a gang of terrorists? Yeah, sounds like it.
There is a terrorist organization.
Not that I'm saying that it's wrong, because remember I was saying in XCOM 2 you play by definition a terrorist.
Yeah.
But the Overwatch sounds like terrorists, despite the fact they're actually doing a good thing.
I will say, like, you are like when you think about it, yeah, they're terrorists because they're going against international law to go vigilante.
If I wanted to snuggle up into the 8 maize buns like a happy little hot dog, I'd be snuggling into terrorist buns.
Exactly. If you hopped in that park over there,
she's 3 C's thick though.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Terrorist thick. That's terrorist with 3 C's thick.
Yeah.
Terrorist.
There's not even a pun there. I was still trying to think of something.
So the Overwatch members decide to reunite. They recruit old friends, gain new allies. Jack Morrison dons a mask and turns vigilante as Soldier 76.
I've seen him beat up Mexicans.
Reaper shows up from a terrorist organization, Talon.
Who the fuck are they?
So that's why when you said terrorist, I was like, well, there's a caveat because there is like an in-world terrorist organization. Remember when we were talking about that power vacuum?
From the perspective of Overwatch, both these people are committing violence which is against the wishes of the government.
Exactly, yeah.
And they're both terrorists.
Yep. From the UN standpoint, yes.
By definition. That's all I'm saying.
And in the game, how they
I'm just throwing shade.
How they make sense of these Overwatch factions playing against each other, because you play characters from Overwatch fighting each other. It's because half of them are in Talon and half of them are in Overwatch.
Okay.
So like every time you play a game, you pick your champion.
Yeah.
You pick your hero, and it doesn't say, it never specifies like you're always like moving a payload or capturing strategic points or something like that. It never says like, oh, you're on Team Talon or you're on Team Overwatch.
You're not a good 'un or a bad 'un.
But at the same time, the only way you could really rationalize or canonize like this story is to say like, oh, one of these is like Talon going after a strategic point and Overwatch is coming to meet them, or Overwatch is trying to. So you never know which team you're on, because I don't think any of the maps are canonized in that way.
Well, because Moira can be on a team with Winston and then they can fight.
And you can have 2 Moiras in a game anyway.
Reaper, exactly.
Because you don't lock out a character for the other team.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a little it. But if you had 10 unique characters or 12 unique characters in a game, then you could say, like, half of them are in Talon, half of them are in...
Yeah.
And it's literally headed by the two former heads of Overwatch, Reaper and Soldier 76.
Oh, okay. Reaper v. Soldier.
Reaper was part of Talon whenever he like, depending on which team he's playing on, he either came back to Overwatch or he stayed in Talon.
Here's a question.
Yes.
How did he get his ghost powers? Is it technology?
That would come in the next episode.
Okay, that becomes the real one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if we do another Overwatch episode, which I think we certainly could, it would probably be another short one. But I would probably just hit all the characters and all their different backstories, because there's a lot of like unique, cool characters like Winston, the space gorilla.
Yeah.
How does that happen? You know?
I know. I'm sitting here like, how does Tracer teleport? Well, she has a thing on her chest, and it makes her science forwards.
Exactly.
But like the fact that a guy turns to mist and then like ends up in another place, I'm like, yeah, but how does that work?
Yeah.
Stupid.
That's different stuff. Yeah. Stupid science. Yeah.
Why is the sniper lady, Widowmaker? Why is she purple? Why is her skin blue? She's human.
Dysentery.
Okay. All right. She's pooped too much. She's just like dangerously dehydrated.
It's actually constitation, and she's just been pushing too hard. Man, we're rife with poop jokes this episode of Lore Boys.
You are.
James, since you're editing,
as though like I understand, like we the brand, you personally are responsible for this.
Hey, you said poop too much.
Did I?
Yeah, I said constipated.
I was just saying.
We're both there. We're both there, Peter. James, since you're the one editing, please cut out all the poop jokes. Good luck.
Yep. I intend. You need to release. I want this to be released on iTunes under 3 minutes.
So
no matter what, it's under 3 minutes.
What?
Yeah, exactly. I need you to recut this just to sound exactly like Never Gonna Give You Up. The whole thing.
You got your work cut out for you.
Yeah.
But
recut this episode.
We believe you can do it.
Yeah. Just an hour of recut covers of popular meme songs.
Yeah, by me and Peter, respectively.
Yeah, exactly.
And we get all the credit. You can get an editor's footnote or something. And that's the lead up to Overwatch. So that's why Overwatch is what it is and takes place where it takes place.
It's 2043?
2063. Oh no, sorry, it's 60 years.
Why the fuck did I say 2043? For some reason, in my head, we was currently 2013.
Oh.
And I was like, 30 years. That makes sense. I'm just a fucking idiot.
It takes place.
I've been drinking window beer.
Yeah. 20 plus 60 years. Jesus.
60 years from now? 2078.
2075 from when the game released.
Okay.
Released in 2015.
Okay.
So 2075 is when the game takes place.
Okay.
30 years before that, 2055, or 2045, sorry, is when the first Omnic crisis happened.
Okay, so we have time.
Yeah, exactly.
I can get rid of my Roomba.
Yeah.
And not hope that...
You can buy shares in robots, and then you can sell shares in robots just before 2045. 2044 is the year to sell all your shares in robots.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Because that stock is going to plummet.
Yeah, well, once it's just like...
Once they start killing
stuck
people,
in, like, murder robots...
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what the resale value is outside of, like... I don't know, some sort of fucked up country. Some kind of country that doesn't have a government.
Yes, that's Overwatch.
That's Overwatch, eh?
Yeah. It's a fun game.
Don't doubt it.
That's all I have to say about it. It's fun. A lot of the story...
I want to look into getting I know you can't do this for Overwatch because because it's not on Steam. And I guess Battle.net doesn't have like a curator program where like community leaders can fucking whatever recommend games. I would love if we could eventually get a curator page where the review of some game was just like, it's fun, Ethan the Lore Boys.
It's fun, Ethan at the Lore Boys.
Yeah, exactly. I love those recommendations. Actually, I love it when people have like 9,000 hours in Dota and they're just like, and their review on the page.
It's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah. It's Civ 5.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, because we're still part of Humble Monthly, you've been playing Civ 6. What do you think? Might as well just like shoot the shit for a minute.
Civ 6 is not nearly as good as Civ 5.
I mean, Jamie did say don't buy it.
He warned me.
Yeah, well, we didn't buy it.
We didn't, yeah.
It's part of the subscription.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we kind of bought it. But.
Well, the next game's Owlboy, and I'm going to lay claim to that one.
Eat that up. Stream it.
Yeah, I guess so, eh? I suppose that there really should be a game that one day I start on a stream and finish on a stream. That's been one of my ambitions.
One of your goals in life? That's an easy one to make happen, I will say.
Yeah, it's
an easy one to cross off the old bucket list.
I know, exactly. Not if I die tomorrow, which could happen.
We got to do it tonight.
Owlboy's not out yet. Although we've got like Kingdom or something.
Pick another game.
Huh?
There's no way you've even started every game in your Steam library.
I have not. No, yeah, There was one that I considered installing earlier, but then you showed up and then didn't, because that's why my Steam link was on when you showed up. Maybe we'll do that. Yeah. Maybe there was a stream after this and you just don't even know.
Yeah, because it'd be future for us.
It's a future from us, but it's a past for you.
Hello, Wednesday people.
Hello. Wednesday's the new day now, by the way. We announced it on Instagram.
Yeah. But you already know because you're a chic, savvy, a very aware human being and individual, and you've noticed when your favorite podcast is coming out.
You have what I hope and assume is an unhealthy obsession with the Lore Boys.
Yeah.
You know all of our birthdays, despite the fact we've never really divulged them exactly, have we?
No.
I'm the old one.
You're the old one.
I'm the beginning of the summer.
You're the old one.
Jimbo's the end of the summer, eh?
No, he's in fall.
Jim Jam, Jibbity Jam?
He's in the fall.
You're in between, though.
Yep.
Yeah?
I'm the meat of the sandwich.
Yeah.
So, Peter.
What?
If people were looking for you on the internet, where might they find you?
Hither and thither on twitch.tv/The Lore Boys. I've been a lot of Warframe recently. I definitely want to do Hollow Knight. Maybe we'll stream something tonight. Which doesn't matter considering you're listening to this 4 days in the future.
But you missed a great stream, everybody. It was so much fun.
God, it was so
we laughed till crying. Oh
my god.
3,000 people showed up to the stream.
Unprecedented.
It was really a fantastic.
Honestly,
stream.
low numbers.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah.
3,000 is
for us over the next 3 days before the Wednesday stream comes out.
Of course.
And then on Wednesday we drop back down to our typical
25.
Yeah. 25,000-ish.
Yeah, exactly. yeah. And then on the old Tweety, I am at Pete O'Donohue. If you can spell it, you can follow me. You're welcome to.
Mm-hmm.
O'Manahue on DeviantArt, which is just our art archive. Otherwise, the best place to see all of my artwork is theloreboys.wordpress.com,
yeah.
I believe. And then my Instagram, I haven't actually posted on my personal Instagram in fucking months. The last picture I posted was like my cat nuzzled into my arm, and it was just like, oh, this is my fucking. I posted some stupid shit on Instagram. I was like, this is my cuddle buddy on my sick day or whatever, but like from November.
Yeah.
So I haven't posted anything on my personal Instagram since November. It's the Lore Boys, I believe, on Instagram.
Lore Boys Podcast.
Lore Boys Podcast on Instagram. I'm there.
That's where all the good stuff happens anyway.
Yeah. Ethan?
I'm at Ethan the Dead Man on pretty much everything. We also have a Discord.
That's true.
I'll add a link to the WordPress page finally. So there's good chats happening there. If you guys want to come hang out, talk to us.
I have an apology to the people actually listening to this. I know at some point I said that I had early days and I would get the thumbnails done. Mm-hmm. So now that it's over, I'll reiterate. I was on jury duty. The assumed length of the case was 3 weeks. Uh-huh. That's why I thought I would have the time. Turns out the evidence period and then the sequestered period were shorter and longer respectively. Okay. Which is why I never ended up having time to finish anything. Because evidence
you had time, but you were locked in a room with
evidence
no phone.
only took like 4 or 5 days, and then we were sequestered for 28 hours.
Yeah.
So that was the problem. I wasn't gone for the full amount of time that I thought, and it was slanted in the whole citizen imprisonment thing.
So for everybody listening, Peter does owe you a debt of gratitude. So make sure to cash in on that. They do expire 30 days, but he will do you one favor within those 30 days, no matter what it is. If you post a Craigslist ad and tag Peter,
sexual or otherwise,
he will respond.
Especially if it's the most inappropriate and inefficient place to post a Craigslist ad.
Exactly. So to all our listeners, we are offering a special deal.
Well, to our Prime listeners, not those filthy peasant listeners with their dirty fingernails.
Whoa, Peter, let me stop you right there. We are reaching our peasant listeners at this time.
Okay.
We're offering them a chance to become these golden gods, these beautiful deities, these archetypes of humanity that are Lore Boys Prime subscribers. We're offering this month.
It used to be premium, but then we did the Warframe cast, and now it's Lore Boys Prime.
Everything changed because Amazon came out with the whole Prime thing. Yeah. It became really big.
Twitch Prime, we got Twitch Prime subscribers.
Yeah, remember Lore Boys Prime was around before Amazon Prime.
Yes, it was.
Lore Boys canon.
Yeah.
So this month we're giving you a chance. We're giving you a chance at a taste of godhood, of divinity. For the low price,
a drop of manna from heaven on the tip of your tongue.
For the low price, we've never done a price this low. $12,000 a year.
Yep.
You get full access to the Lore Boys Premium.
Yeah.
That's an insane price.
Yeah.
That's like almost a 10% savings on the typical cost of Lore Boys Premium. So make sure to get that. Make sure to hop on it.
Yep. That's art requests twice a month. That is Skype chats once a month.
Yep.
That's shout outs on every Twitch stream.
Yeah.
And that is full access to all of our bodies twice a year.
Yeah, twice a year.
Yeah.
All the times, as many times as you want, twice a year.
That's
So that's 6 times a year, baby.
Theoretically, that could be 6 filthy, disturbed sexual encounters.
Or it could be 3 really filthy, sexually disturbed
That's
encounters.
true. Yeah, exactly.
Because you can double up.
Yeah, if you need to.
You can double up. You can take me twice in one go.
And that's what $12,000 a year gets you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Low price. It's a bargain.
I think it's worth it.
And we're talking Zimbabwean dollars here. So
yeah, exactly.
It's basically nothing.
Yeah.
And that constitutes a lore, boys.
Oh.